What's up? It's your girl Shantae the Chill Side. Make sure you stay tuned in tonight from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. via YouTube to If You Didn't Know podcast. We bringing you episode number 5 entitled How Many Times? Make sure you stay in the know with If You Didn't Know. What's up? It's your
All right, let me know when you're ready.
Okay, give me 1 second. If we didn't
No, I actually want you from
No.
YouTube.
podcast episode 5. Okay, wait a minute. I'm about to just hit live.
Ready?
Yeah, don't forget we don't look at the camera.
You ready?
Mhm.
Hey y'all, welcome back to If You Didn't Know. What's up, Kate?
Well, thank you for having me
Well,
back.
thank you for coming back.
Well, thank you for allowing me to show up.
But of course.
Okay.
All right.
Well, guess what? Your favorite duo, with all types of sarcasm. We're back live, episode 5. We're excited, yes. If You Didn't Know podcast, don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram at If You Didn't Know. And also, if you want to reach out to us to connect with us, build your community, or build on any events that we have coming up, we want you to email us at info@ifyoudidn'tknow.net. Yes. So how has your work week been?
It has been hectic as always.
Who cares? Let me tell you something.
She's
No,
showing out
I'm
your
just
way.
joking. How was the work? What did you have going on
It
this
was
week?
good. It was good. You know, some of the days were better than last week because I didn't have to do 16-hour days every day.
Yeah.
But it was 3 so far. So hey, tomorrow's it. I'm not going in this week.
Veterans Day.
Veterans Day.
Yes. Can't wait to pledge of allegiance to somebody.
Are you a vet?
Baby, yes, I'm a vet. You better
What
ask.
kind of vet?
I'm a G.
Hey.
Okay. They know about me, girl. You
Why did I
They
ask?
know
Why did I
about
ask?
it. We know you a vet.
So moving on. So how was your work week?
My work week was actually blissful. I had the opportunity to go out and canvass a few neighborhoods in Ward 5 just to find out some information with the ANC commissioners and what they have going on, especially while we're embarking in this new journey for candidacy. We just had voting on Tuesday. I'm hoping everybody voted responsibly and elected the best candidates that will make changes and differences in their community, and not just off of popularity, but
just not off of popularity.
actually allowing them to stand on the things that they're going to promise. Okay, but I had a good week and spent a lot of time at home trying to build my home office because I'm really trying to manifest this we'll be working from home thing again this year.
Hey, I'm with that. I need some extra days. You know, they only gave us 1 day. So throughout that pandemic, I only got 1 day.
I need you all to touch and
teleworking.
agree with me on this one that we will be working from home
Yes,
at least until the springtime when it's time to bloom and wear flower dresses and sundresses and stuff like that. So that's all I'm saying. But other than that, y'all, it's been a good week. Shantae's had a good week.
I really have.
Oh man, I'm hoping that you all caught episode 4 as we delve into some academic and educational focuses with our one of our great podcast guests, Mr. Adorn.
Dr. Persadon.
I'm sorry,
Yes.
Mr. Adorn.
Did
Did I say Adorn?
You did.
I truly adore you. He just has some beautiful things, man, to say over here. Dr. Persadon, we thank you so much for introducing your background to us and assembling platform opportunities for if you
the
didn't know,
give back was just so strong. The give back was so strong, and since graduating from high school to go through from the age of you graduated at 18, but at 21 becoming a teacher.
Yeah,
and then get into the IEP, programs and so forth, the special education, and now he's at Howard University. It's just good to see someone that resembles us, this a male actually from the community, just excel the way that he did. So kudos to Dr. Adon.
Kudos. We can't wait to have you back with your wife. We're going to have you and your wife back because we need to know, what is it like to be married to a man that is a doctorate at such a great level, right?
Yes.
We need to know. How do you Penelope around and frolic
with
around?
With 2 kids excelling in school. So, hey.
Oh my gosh.
Loving it. Loving it.
Well, we have come up on the recap. Let's just talk about some things that we have going on in the community this week and some things that we want to discuss for hot topics, baby.
Yeah, because one of the things that I wanted to touch back on with you about is the angel tree. How is that going?
The angel tree is good. We have selected one winner or nominee, if you will, a young lady by the name of Ashley. She is 12 years old. So Ashley has a father who is incarcerated. He is facing at least 12 years mandatory in the Baltimore County prison system. I think he's in BCCC is what they call it. Okay. BCCC. So Ashley will be receiving her I Love My Inmate t-shirt with few trinkets. She has requested books, so we are going to sew into her, and we'll also continue to extend prayers to her family and her dad while he is continuing in his sentence. Yep. So we're looking for more people to involve into our care and share list here, because we definitely want to connect with you all to let you all know the hope is not gone.
Right. And you got to just send us an email to info@ifyoudidn'tknow.net. Let us know what you need. It's just not about, the generic things that's going on or food or so forth. And, if you need assistance with job placement, internships, volunteering, whatever you need, just make sure you inbox us and just let us know. Just let us know what it is. I'm pretty sure that we're going to be able to pair you up with what you're looking for, provide you with the links and the necessary resources to be able to achieve your goal.
And we also have some community opportunities for you all to establish restorative justice training and programs that they may have in your community. We can connect you with the Pathways experts. Also, we can get you paired with those who are responsible for the Project Empowerment Program. If you're looking for employment, also there is a Returning Citizens Housing Stabilization Act that is in place now. So those of you who will have certain felonies or misdemeanors that deem you eligible to be in said communities for housing, we definitely want to be able to be that pillar to extend that.
Yes, and the center up in Lago is actually about to do the expungement process again too.
We love that.
So you want to make sure that we'll check out ifyoudidn'tknow.net and go to the page for resources, and then you'll be able to click on the link there so that you can get a little bit more information on how to get anything that's on your record expunged free.
Free.
They will cover it. My record is crystal clear. So
we want to ask your exes, what did she do to you?
She's an angel. So moving on to I was looking at TV, and this whole thing with Brittany Griner is just sad. It's just sad. Olympic gold medalist twice, NBA basketball player, 32, travel overseas. You're in jail for 9 years. They transported her to an undisclosed location for 9 years for a vape pen.
For a vape pen.
For a vape or two, but still.
It's CBD. Wasn't it CBD oil as well?
That's what they're saying, but it wasn't anything to the magnitude for 9 years, let alone being transported to an undisclosed, penal colony is what they were saying. It's sad what's going on with her, and it's sad that we, haven't been able to do much. I know that from some reading that they said that they were trying to do a prison exchange, to get her back here and give them one of their own, but because of the way supposedly that it was approached and brought up to them, they declined. So unfortunately, it's looking really bleak for this young lady to make it back home in the States before serving 9 years.
I'm just praying that God keeps her in the ark of safety, and that our sister does not wind up somewhere trafficked or becoming a slave to the Russian community, and pregnant, beat up,
I was reading an article on it, and one of the young ladies who was imprisoned over there for protesting while she was there, gathered in one of the protests that was there, they imprisoned her for 2 years. She stated that she was placed in a cell with 80 other women sleeping on the floor, and it only had 3 toilets with 80 other people.
You know, I've been to the Baltimore Black Wax Museum, the Slave Museum, and in the slave ship, how they packed them on top of each other, and they had to use the restroom on top of each other. That is equivalent. That is, I mean, their jail is equivalent to the slave ship. Okay, that is something crazy. But
anyway,
Brittany, we are praying for you. I don't know if you can receive letters or anything like that, or if you are in touch with your family. No. Yeah, she's not even in touch with her family. They know where she is, but honey, we are definitely praying for you here at If You Didn't Know. For those of you all are in the Russian penal judicial system, we will ask that you, is it penal? Penal? Sorry. If you are in the correctional facility, we ask that you not harden your heart towards this young lady. Right. I didn't mean to say that. Y'all listen. Okay, y'all know me.
It's the braces. But we're doing everything we can to just make sure that we do provide the exposure, and then it does make a difference if we write. If we feel so strongly about things changing for individuals, you can put forth your efforts to write about it, send it to the necessary officials and so forth. And
actually, we are the necessary official. If you have a letter that you want to send to Brittany, send it to info@ifyoudidn'tknow.net, and we'll gladly read the letters aloud, because we are mainstream broadcasting. So we want to make sure that she knows somewhere in the community that there is a community within Washington, D.C. that is praying for her, or the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area, Chicago, wherever you are. Send your letters to us. We'll read them on air.
Absolutely. I like that. And just to touch back on the voting thing, I was really happy to see how many people, when I was even driving through the city and passing some of the poll stations and so forth for them to go and vote, how many people that actually showed up. There was out there, they were young.
Yes.
They were young.
Yes.
It was a good scene. It was a good sight. I had to smile, because we shed so much light, so much media attention on the negative, on the drive-bys, on the gun shootings and so forth. But I didn't see anyone cover, the young people that was out here at these stations that were voting.
They sure did not. I want to send a shout out to Trayon White for being undefeated in Ward 8. You are definitely capitalizing on the Ward 8 community, and I'm expecting for you to do and continue to do great things within your community. I'm going to challenge you. I'm going to challenge you to put marching bands back in your community. Where there is more violence, there needs to be more.
Flag at. Yeah.
You was a flag girl?
I was a flag girl.
You was on a pole? You marched with a pole?
At the voting stations, I did. Yes, I did.
If you vote for her, she'll march with that pole. That's what I heard. If you didn't know, that's what I heard. But no, I mean, I was a flag girl as well. So yeah. But I mean, I challenge where there is more volatile behavior in your community, I would challenge you to put that curriculum back into the school systems and be an advocate for those
systems. The VOTEC wards and stations in the schools just isn't there anymore. Suitland was known for one of the best VOTEC programs that was out, and that's been gone now for years.
I want to shout out Crossland High School.
Okay.
Crossland High School. And I also want to shout out, who else do I want to shout out? It was Crossland and Flowers.
Okay.
Flowers. Flowers actually just had a parade at their community, a community day at Flowers. Is that high school or junior high school? High school. Flowers High School. They just had a community day 2 weekends ago, and they had all the marching bands from different schools and neighborhoods. They came collectively and shared their feel and did a nice performance in the neighborhood and on inside of the barracks of the school. Shout out to Crossland for holding down Bowie Town Center's community day as well. Crossland High School and their dancers, they were beautiful. Let me tell you, these dancers here, these dancers don't look like the majorettes that were shaped in our junior high school. I feel like I want to go and get me a leotard and some flesh tone stockings and some boots and get out there and do my thing.
Hey, we weren't eating as much fast food. They stacked a little different, now. They thick.
Shorty, I used to eat a Big China all the time. They ain't never give me nothing up here and nothing back there. I used to, when I was in Coolidge, we ain't had that type. I got on this almond. These chicks got on this almond milk, whatever secret society situation y'all got going on.
Not secret society though.
Listen, let me tell you something. But anyway, I want for you all to put the marching bands back into public schools, specifically in the Washington metropolitan area, because if there's so much violence that's happening here, that was one of the biggest distractions that kept us out of it. That way, we don't have to always navigate or introduce sports as a segue, but we can introduce musicians because every day there's a band born.
Every day.
All right, now we've come up to the 15th minute in the hour. Yes. We will be taking a very quick commercial break. This is your girl Key, the host,
and the Chill Time
on If You Didn't Know podcast. Don't forget to follow us, like, and subscribe on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and
Twitch.
Down on Twitch. We will be back in 2 minutes.
Hey,
all right.
If You Didn't Know is providing access to resources throughout the DMV by bridging the gaps with your girl, the Chill Side, and Key the host. With us. If you didn't know, we need you to volunteer. We need volunteers to help those in need throughout the community. It takes a village, and we are it. Please connect. Afternoon access in the Richmond zone available for ages 6 through 12, Monday through Friday through DPR. Make sure you visit the website, dpr.gov. We are bridging the gaps through monthly food distribution. 2 families a month will be sponsored. Registration starts the 1st through the 30th. Community outreach goes both ways. If you would like us to participate at your event or would like to participate at our event, make sure you reach out at info@ifyoudidn'tknow.net. Quarterly give back drives are here. We need your gently used items, canned and boxed goods. Make sure you reach out to us for additional details. Sponsorships and sponsors. If you would like to sponsor us or are in need of a sponsor, make sure you reach out to us at info@ifyoudidn'tknow.net. That's info@ifyoudidn'tknow.net. Read the Feed is here. It is our version of the Book It program. We want to encourage the young ones to continue to read. Open up those books. So if you have a young one that you want to register, please do so at ifyoudidn'tknow.net. Internships are not just during the summer. If you would like to become an intern with If You Didn't Know, please reach out to us and we will get you all of the details you need at info@ifyoudidn'tknow.net. Scan to connect via Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, or our website. If You Didn't Know is bridging the gaps. Make sure you stay connected at info@ifyoudidn'tknow.net. If You Didn't Know is providing access to resources throughout the DMV by bridging the gaps with your girl, the Chill Side, and Key the host. Make sure you
Welcome back.
2
minutes go fast.
It does go fast. 2 minutes go fast on one head than it does over there. So listen, we are excited. We are definitely excited to share with you our upcoming events that we have. So we haven't had anyone to register for the food and share baskets yet.
No, we did receive. We have received 2 donations. We didn't. Which were monetary. We haven't received any of the canned goods or boxed goods, but we did get 2 monetary donations for the drive. But we have not gotten a lot of applications for it. I didn't think you said that.
That's what I said.
You said applications? Don't correct me.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, when I take a moment off, a day off or whatever, she just get discombobulated.
So back to the post.
Yeah. Tell these people how much you miss me. They need to know.
The 2 minutes went fast.
Oh, shit.
The 2 minutes was fast. But no, we do encourage you to continue to submit your applications. There weren't a lot to pull from for us to be able to select for the drawing this month. We want to make sure that, there's plenty out there. So we'll make sure that we donate our 2 to the individuals that did submit. But again,
you got to sign up.
You got to sign up at info@ifyoudidn'tknow.net so that, we can be there to help you. And it is anonymous. You don't have to, we won't post you. We won't, put your pictures or anything like that if you want to remain anonymous. We'll just say that 2 families were supported and we'll put the ward or location where we gave the items, just so that individuals know that they are going to someone. So whatever gently used items that you have and or any boxed goods that you have, because we do still have Christmas coming up, and we are going to still be making sure that we can give to as many kids and so forth. Just in foster care, again, that's something that we want to focus on all year. We do not just want to focus on it during the holidays. We want to do this all year long because they're in need all year long.
Yes. So also we want you to know that just because we are given the baskets, we don't want you to think that this is income based. You do not have to have any type of eligibility to receive these goods. We just want to give back into the community. You can also nominate someone. If you have someone, a neighbor or elderly, someone, a mom that
just
may have
shoot us the address.
Yeah, just shoot us the address, contact information, telephone number, or email address. We'll be glad to reach out to them so that we can support that household.
Absolutely.
Also, while we are interested in feeding the community, are you reading in your community? If you didn't know, would like to introduce you all our Read to Feed program. Absolutely. If you or your child or those in your household are reading, we would like to reward you with a meal on us.
Absolutely. A $25 gift card so that you can use it wherever you want, so that way they're not limited. And hey, submit those applications. Again, we won't know. And it's not an application. You can actually just go to ifyoudidn'tknow.net, click on the contact us, and go ahead and fill out the information, and it automatically sends us an email, and then we can address it, reply to you, and let you know what steps will be taken, or if you're selected. So depending upon what you're registering for, whether you're volunteering or whether it's going to be for the Book It program, let's get it in there.
Let's
get your information in there.
And also, if you are not necessarily interested in reading for food, we will also allow you to read for a gift card. So all of our gift cards will be processed and sponsored through Black-owned businesses within the communities. So we will have gift cards from Designs by Shantae,
Graphics Overload
2.0. You will also have gift cards from Kid Be Arts Creation, where you can learn to make candles. You can also keep it clean. Yep, you will receive cleaning products or gift cards towards discounted services for cleaning. So many different sponsors and vendors around the Washington metropolitan area. So if you're interested in the Read to Feed program, just reach out to us at info@ifyoudidn'tknow.net.
Yeah, one of the things, I don't know if you caught the article or the news feeds that's going on, is one of the gang members back from 2017. It was a drive-by shooting that happened over off of Saratoga at an intersection. Young lady was 2 weeks, from going back to school. She was in school in Florida. She was just coming from the barbershop with her nephew, and a bullet struck her in the head and killed her. That case isn't just coming back before us as of yesterday. They finally went, from 2017. The court hearing started yesterday. Philip McDaniel, took the stand, and it's so...
He confessed?
To being the getaway driver, yes. He was the getaway driver.
That's a responsible act. Whether it was under pressure or whether it was a conscientious decision, I would just say that that's a courageous act to come forward.
Yes, all of the individuals involved, all were friends. Mr. McDaniel actually lived with one of the young people. They're now, I believe, 23. But the young lady, she was college bound. She was 17 years old, lost her life because these young men were just shooting rapidly. They were aiming at no one at all. Just aimlessly shooting, and one of the bullets went through her car and took her life, and it's just sad because, these kids, it's not a game. It's like they're taking, these video games and so forth, and they just,
Grand Theft Auto and coming outside in the streets and just doing what they want.
And I don't want to just necessarily blame the sports games, the EA Sports and so forth like that, because you still are responsible for self.
You are.
You still are responsible for self. You still have to make a decision as to what you want to do, and you have to own what you do. But it's just sad that this family is now having to relive this. Her mother, was an officer. So imagine having to go to this scene and first respond as a law enforcement person, and then as a mom.
I couldn't even fathom it. Like, I just can't.
And then as a mom, it's just sad. It's just really sad. It has to stop.
And let me say something to the young men out there, young kings, middle-aged kings, seasoned kings. We need you as women.
Exactly.
We need you, regardless of how big our bark is. You know, our bite is just as soft. You understand what I'm saying? There is a lot of trauma that us women in the Black community go through, and sometimes it is misplaced anger that may set in and just casual interactions, relationships, or what have you. But we need you all to be a driven force in protecting us, not becoming allies of violence against us. We need you all to protect us more. It does not mean that we okay the idea of you are transgressing volatile acts against other men, but we definitely need for you all to protect the women, the seniors, and the children in our community. Like, we hold you all at a standard. We require that. You know, I challenge the Black men in the community to protect the Black women, take a stand to just make sure that you all are covering us. You all are giving us that embrace. Allow us the opportunity to be a little more soft with you all. Allow yourself to be vulnerable when you see the presence of a woman. You know, just give us that. I mean,
care enough to want to live for yourself.
That's it.
Care enough to want to make a difference, you know, in your community and be a part of it. You know, it's not always what you can deliver to others, but what you can deliver to yourself. Care enough about yourself to want to be a positive citizen. You know, all of us make mistakes. None of us are any better than the other. It's all about your judgments. It's all about the decisions that you make and so forth, and what you partake in. You know, all things aren't necessarily due to the environments that you live in. A lot of it boils down to just choice. Everyone isn't exposed to the same opportunities or anything like that. But sometimes we just have to take that step back, pause for a minute, and say, is the long-term effect worth this short-term reaction? Is the long-term effect worth it? Because you're not just altering your path, you're changing the lives of others.
And you're making a choice for someone who didn't even sign up for that type of repercussion. A grocery store shouldn't determine whether or not a person should live or not. A daycare center or playground shouldn't determine whether or not a person will live or not. These are not, I mean, like, there is a recruiting station in every neighborhood for the United Armed Forces, right?
The National Guard and everything.
Those of you who want to play pow pow, you know, if that's your thing, protect us, not just at the surface of our quadrants. Protect us on the border. You know, protect us in the border. Go to customs. Go to, like you said, the armed services, the DC Armory. Sign up, enlist. Give yourself away in an area that you know that you will be utilized and paid for, and you will get education benefits, get your credit cleaned up. It's so many different benefits for signing up in a recruit division, but I just don't think that
taking others' lives,
inter-community violence is the answer. Like, all opportunities are afforded to everyone equally. You just have to place yourself where those opportunities are. Yeah, again,
and the resources are out there. DC has so many programs. You know, PG County has a few, but DC has so many programs across the board that, you know, it's becoming harder and harder to say that no one is providing an outlet. Should there be more for different age brackets and before you get in trouble and things of that nature? Yes. But there are so many programs that are being available so that you can get trades, so that you can further your education. And a lot of them are free. A lot of them are free, and then they're providing job placement afterwards. You know, so it's just about, you know, again, make sure you guys stay in the know and stay in touch with our page at info@ifyoudidn'tknow.net. Click on the resources page. Any image that's on any of those pages are clickable. It will take you directly to the page and URL or the application for whatever we're advertising. So it's not just an image. Click it and it'll redirect you. But young men, you know, I honestly just have to tell you, it is time for you guys to make a difference. It's time for you guys to stop and think about your life. As individuals, start to care more about who you are and just know that you're loved. I think, you know, our community just needs to pour more love into the community because the killings have to stop. The mothers, we're tired of we're tired of crying over our kids being taken from us. We're absolutely tired of it. It just got to stop.
And the violence within the complexes, these apartment complexes, and these children getting, shot from stray bullets. And
a 13-year-old boy was raking the leaves in his front yard this week and was shot in the head and killed.
Where was that?
13 years old. He was in Prince George's County in his own yard in Upper Marlboro, Maryland, raking leaves. Shot in the head and killed at 13 years old. This young man was at home. He wasn't doing anything
but
that he wasn't supposed to do.
Doing a chore.
And we don't know outside of home what's what, but all we do know is that he was 13, he was at home, and he was shot in the head at his residence. What the hell? When do we start aiming at defenseless kids? When do they become targets? It's sad. 13, raking leaves. That was Tuesday afternoon this week. As a mother who lost her son to the same thing, my son was robbed, but still shot, gun violence, Prince George's County. He was shot one time in the head, and it was broad daylight. Again, as mothers of kids whose lives are being taken, young men, it is time for you to stop acting as though life doesn't matter. It does. It's not a game. When you go behind them bars, it's just you. It's not your friends. It's not your gang. You will not have that same level of confidence that you have out here on the street. It is not target practice. And once you're on the other side by yourself, you are the target.
That's it.
You are the target. So,
and it's harder once you are caught, because once you get inside the jail, there are so many prison deaths behind those who have been identified as a murderer of a woman or a senior or a child. They are brutal in there, and they look at you as fresh water, fresh bait. They are going to have their way with you. I think that just choosing, making your choices and making your groupings count. Make a conscientious decision as to what type of future you want for yourself and your family, and what type of repercussion can come behind those particular acts. Because this senseless violence, even premeditated violence, it just has to stop. It has to be a better way. Like it has to be. We are going into a new season. We are going in. We've just voted new candidates in. We have a Black governor, African American governor right now. I think that you all should pour some of that anger into the delegates of your Congress officials and some of those governors and mayors and ANC commissioners. Let them know what's actually going on in your household and what your poverty-driven community is experiencing, and the type of reformation and change that you want to introduce. But that is, some of these things stem from generational curses. Some of these things come from household structure and decorum, whatever's happening inside of your house. But guess what? We're going to touch more on that when we come back. Yeah. We do have to take a quick commercial break. We are at 33 at the hour. This is Key, the host.
And the Chill Side.
With If You Didn't Know podcast. We'll be right back.
Have you taken the time to visit ifyoudidn'tknow.net so that you can stay up to date with what's going on, what's upcoming, and our newsletter at the first of the with us. If you didn't know, we need you to volunteer. We need volunteers to help those in need throughout the community. It takes a village, and we are it. Please connect. Afternoon access in the Richmond zone available for ages 6 to 12, Monday through Friday through DPR. Make sure you visit the website, dpr.gov. We are bridging the gaps through monthly food distribution. 2 families a month will be sponsored. Registration starts the 1st through the 30th. Community outreach goes both ways. If you would like us to participate at your event or would like to participate at our event, make sure you reach out at info@ifyoudidn'tknow.net. Quarterly give back drive are here. We need your gently used items, canned and boxed goods. Make sure you reach out to us for additional details. Sponsorships and sponsors. If you would like to sponsor us or are in need of a sponsor, make sure you reach out to us at info@ifyoudidn'tknow.net. That's info@ifyoudidn'tknow.net. Read to Feed is here. It is our version of the Book It program. We want to encourage the young ones to continue to read. Open up those books. So if you have a young one that you want to register, please do so at ifyoudidn'tknow.net. Internships are not just during the summer. If you would like to become an intern with If You Didn't Know, please reach out to us and we will get you all of the details you need at info@ifyoudidn'tknow.net. Scan to connect via Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, or our website. If You Didn't Know is bridging the gaps. Make sure you stay connected at info@ifyoudidn'tknow.net.
You said I was then the 3 men like, oh shit. All right, we'll be back on here.
If You Didn't Know is provided.
And we back.
And we are back. Welcome back to If You Didn't Know podcast. I'm your girl Key, the host.
And I am the chill side.
Please don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, and Facebook at If You Didn't Know podcast. We would also like for you to subscribe to us If You Didn't Know podcast on YouTube. Let's get those bells ringing, ladies and gentlemen. We don't want for you to miss a lot of highlights and updates that we have coming up.
We had 100. We're trying to get to 500 because we have 100 subscribers now.
Yeah,
and we need to get to 500.
Get us where we need to be.
Get us where we need to be. 5,000 friends on different pages. Come on now, we can get up there. We need
to subscribe.
Just take that little second,
like that.
You know.
So let's talk about this millennial versus Generation Z. It's giving baby boomer energy for me. I ain't got time for these new people. Everybody is so overly sensitive. There are so many people that you can't even communicate with. There are so many people that take everything the wrong way, over personalized communication, have social separation, socially awkward.
Socially awkward.
It's a difference between being introverted and extroverted.
Right.
I'm an introvert. Jeez.
I'm definitely an introvert. And you guys know that. She's just different. But what I will say that I noticed about millennials, one of the things that I have observed is that they are not, I don't want to say, I want to say Generation Z. That's what I want to say. Versus the millennials. Generation Z, they are not on the materialistic things like the millennials. They're really not. Yeah. You know, they're not, you know, paying that $1,000, $3,500, you know, for bags and all of that stuff. They are going and getting that knockoff and throwing it on their shoulder and wearing it absolutely the same. And you know what? It's like, you got those who say, I'm not wearing a knockoff bag. Either I can afford it or I can't or whatever. Right. Either I can afford it or I can't. And then you have the ones that's just like, but it's the same thing. It's coming from the same Chinese factory. One just just have a serial number and one don't.
I'm gonna tell you for me. I don't wear knockoff bags because the quality. Let's just
the leather versus
the quality.
The
That quality
or the versus the go.
Yeah, that quality can cost you more by having to keep replenishing that item. You let's just say you get a fake MCM bag or something like that, right?
I wouldn't. Yes,
I'm just saying. And it came from China. That might not be the same leather and treated leather that came. It might be some old type of faux leather plastic stuff, and he has strips and strings peeling. I've seen stuff like that. Versus when you invest into good leather. I'm not saying it has to be an MCM bag, but because Payless used to sell some really good leather bags, real leather bags. But what I'm saying is that the quality is different, and it's nothing wrong with going inspired if that's what's desired. Okay, if inspired is desired, buy it. It's not about the logo, but it's like if you're going to do an inspired item, at least the vendors or those who sell should sell with the same quality. That's all I'm saying.
And you know. Again, with that, a lot of these places you can't. It's not like where you had the little material like on the cuffs of these headphones. It looked like it's leather and all of that stuff, but it's gonna peel eventually. Being on the bag, you know, a lot of these items look identical.
They do.
They look identical, and you sitting up there like, wow, you know. And one of the young ladies, I have a young lady that I not want to say, but I do, and I do, and she flat out said,
she ain't talking about me, y'all.
No, she flat, but no, I I took her opinion and said that was cool because we do work together. And she was like, I'm putting my money on me going on my trip. I'm not worrying about whether this bag is a real label or not. I'm traveling with mine. You know, my money in my account. My money is on me traveling and doing the things I want to do, and not, you know, in the pocket of this label just because they have a license.
So here's the thing, though. One thing that people don't understand is when you do invest into a bag, an authentic bag or item, there's insurance and a warranty that comes with that bag or item. Not just because you bought it from a particular distributor, like let's just say Saks or Bloomingdale's or I'm about to say Whole Foods. I mean Nordstrom. But what I'm saying is
now,
there's a return policy. Just like how they said,
I love Nordstrom Rack.
Yeah.
Now you can find some nice bags, very nice.
And they have the same very policy as Nordstrom.
Yeah.
But just like you all are seeing that how sneakers have a warranty inside of them, they have an expiration date in your sneakers. So if anything happens to your shoe, you can return it. But if you buy a knockoff, you're just stuck with that item.
But I think but that's the thing. They don't care. They're like, oh well. You know,
they don't get the logo.
I see more of them in Crocs. Like, what is it with the Croc thing?
It's comfortable. If they're the real Crocs, they're comfortable.
They're ugly.
So,
me personally, I don't want to see you coming in this grocery stores and everybody got them. They got designs on them. They got little different. I don't like Crocs. I mean, that's just me. Like, I didn't like the Uggs either. I was not an Ugger. You know, I was like, no. But my daughter, a couple Christmas ago, she bought me about 2 Christmas ago. She bought me an all solid black pair of Ugg boots with this little fur on the top of it. Right, them was some comfortable. They're comfortable. So
the conversion is real
for the Uggs. I am not doing the Crocs. I'm just not going to do it. You know, it's to me because it's the same as going in with them. I don't know. So it's a personal thing.
It's an uptown thing. We wear Crocs, and I mean, honestly, we enjoy them. They were
Crocs. Hospital. Those were nurses' shoes. Somebody just said, "Let me just make them a little bit more round up,
stylish."
Yeah.
So here's the thing: because they have become a little more stylish, and they have a diverse purpose. So I would say, for me, like when I'm nursing at church, right? I like a Croc. Or I keep a pair of Crocs in case I'm wearing some high heels or something like that, and my feet need a break in between. Well, when I'm driving, because I don't think it's safe to drive with high heels on, but I just throw some Crocs on it. And then I have transition to the embellished look because I started to support other people who make them. And they found they kind of made the trend to fit me and my personality. So
my daughters love them.
Yeah.
They all colors, all little designs. Some girl they go to put lipstick and Gucci things.
I have that. You know, let me just tell you this. Some of us prefer our hockey mask on our feet. She prefers the men with a hockey mask on their face. Different. She like Jason. We like Crocs. What's next? But the millennial and Generation Z, as you were mentioning, how they're not infatuated with social expenses and things of that sort. And I agree. Like a lot of they're making their clothes too.
Yeah,
they're finding material. They're finding material. They have more of like that. What's that? Outer urban outfitters type of that hobo. That what's that movie?
They're more into the Forest by Us. Not saying FUBU, but they're more into the Forest by Us products. You know, back in the Black community,
cut off sweatshirts. The hobo look, like it's just really given, and it's trendy in its own way for those of us who are able to enjoy that unique. Fashion.
But they're doing their thing with being entrepreneurs. What I'll say in the workplace with them is that they are not sitting still. They like, okay, I've been here a year, I ain't gone nowhere. Boop. They're when you know, in my generation and coming up, you wanted to make sure that you had a good tenure at a job so you didn't look like a job hopper. You know what I mean? Because companies wouldn't hire you if they saw that you was just constantly being reemployed. Well, that is completely changing because now it's they're like, no, we're going where the money at. We're going where the upper mobility is. They don't want to feel like they're in positions where they're at their ceiling and they're moving aboard. And I applaud them for that.
And reaching ahead of your potential these days is definitely something that you can advance towards if you are focused on the company once you get there. Yeah. Now, if you are a person who just enjoys office place gossiping and work cooler. What's the cooler? The cooler conversations and stuff. Yeah, water cooler conversations and hanging in the pantry and just doing the minimal. You won't engineer.
If you did for fraternizing versus actually doing your work.
If you engineer more towards understanding the company, knowing the assignment, once you get there, it's going to be easier for you to thrive and age out of your environment, and you'll reach the height of your potential very quick. Now, myself, I work for district government, and I have been with district government for about 13 years, and I've been with at least 9 different agencies within district government. And you have to advance and market yourself, because one thing that I learned about it, not only does closed mouths not get fed, but some people don't push you the way that you need to be pushed. Even when you meet the cap and you meet the deadlines and things of that sort, nobody's going to advocate for you like you do. At one point in time, and I'm sure in other agencies, in private sector and in federal government and retail, they may require you to have certain eligibility criteria, such as degrees and things and certifications.
Well,
and you get them.
Well, I was at the Library of Congress for 11 years, and that's on the federal side of it. And with the Library of Congress, I think they're the last, they're the legislative branch, and they're the last branch that allow you to, let's say you're a 4. And you see a job that's an 11. If you have the skills on your resume, if you took some classes and so forth, as long as you have the skills and you can get your rankings on your KSAs, they'll move you from that 4 to that 11. They are the last branch that does that. Everyone else wants you to have a year in grade. You have to have that's the 50s and all of that stuff, in place to be able to advance.
And district government doesn't do that. They make you stay there, and you have to climb that lateral chart, and that can be a long, slow moving situation.
Library LOC, y'all check them out.
Whereas for me, when I came into DC government, I came in as a grade 7. I didn't have to do a 5, but I came in as a grade 7. But once I started to umbrella and I got out of that comfort zone as to just hanging around those who had no emotional movement, they had no intent to move forward. I hung around a lot of older people, so I had to think about it. They kind of set in their ways, and they're looking towards retiring. Me, I need to be around those who are thriving, who are in thinking tanks, and those who are really trying to push forward and program developers, establish new initiatives and things like that. So what can I do to take the company further?
Exactly.
But if I'm not around people who would think that way, operate that way, I'll be stuck in the pit.
And you have to get on those different boards. You have to get in like the career development programs, the leadership programs. You have to the test when they're doing testing, because they're going from a lot with the last time. Let me see, when I went out, when did I come out of the government? When I came out of the government, we had just transitioned everything over to digital, and that was a project in itself. But I served on all of those different teams. I was on the Library of Congress Guild Association and so forth. And what it did was it allowed me to move up fast.
Yeah,
I was hopping grades like it was nobody's business, and I stayed in the Gazette and so forth. But that's because I cared about my job, and not only that, I'm greedy for money.
Me too. Because things change. I mean, but things change. Things change. Cost of living changes.
Yeah.
Rent increase, especially if you live in Maryland. If you are a renter in Maryland, you all know how it is to reside in Maryland, where the rent can go from $700 a month to $1,900 the next. I'm just giving an example, meaning because they have no rent. What's that, rent control?
Cap? Okay.
No cap. Yeah, they can jump you from the lowest where you're comfortable at up to almost exceeding mortgage at this point. So we definitely we applaud you all of the multi-generational
they're doing it. I'm glad that they're not just staying stuck. They're taking a risk. I'm so glad to see so many of them just saying, hey, I'm starting my own business, and they're doing it. Entrepreneurship is at all-time high. I've never seen it like this. When this pandemic hit, people literally went out here and did the damn thing. They're still doing it, and now they have thriving companies and businesses and so forth. And I ask everyone to please support local. Well, it doesn't matter if you know them or not. Just support local. And those of us that are entrepreneurs and those of us who have our own businesses, remember that customer service is important. Because if you want that support to keep coming back to you, you have to be, delivering what they need.
Because poor customer service as an entrepreneur will have you with a boatload of inventory. You will never see your return investment, and then you'll be in a state of desperation.
Yeah.
You'll find yourself undercutting sales just to get rid of certain things because
And that's
nobody's
a
going to
no-no.
support you.
That's a no-no. And the price is the price, people. So those that are going to your local business owners and so forth, and make sure that their price is their price. Don't price haggle. No,
I'm getting a discount.
No, the price is the price.
I'm getting a discount.
Where's that Instagram meme? I'm going to put it up. The price is the price.
Let me explain something to you.
Because we'll take that perfect example. We'll go pay that $2,500 on the bag, but we don't want to spend the $50 on the shirt just because I know you. Okay.
Let me tell you something. Your price can be your price. I applaud that. But let's keep in mind, if a person can't afford you, a person can't support you. So be realistic. Just be realistic. And I mean, mind you, we joke, but we're letting you all know as the viewers, let's just keep that in mind. If a person can't afford you, a person can't support you. I understand that there are certain things that happen in the community and the economy, but it happens to us all.
Right.
So if you have loyal customers and you don't have a rewards program for them, right? Okay. Yeah. Me supporting you over a tenure of years, or I'm making you advance, but I'm also investing in sewing and sewing. I don't see a return on me being a customer to you
if I'm not getting some type of
discount. If I'm not getting,
you should.
Either you're going to endorse me or something to that nature. Like I need something.
Give me my buy one get one.
Buy one get one. Buy her, you don't get me. Listen, we are 10 minutes before our closing of the show. We will get back with you with our closing, our last remarks, and our upcoming events. Keep in mind, don't forget, we need you all to subscribe, like, and share us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Instagram.
And if you didn't know.
Also, reach out to us, follow us, share your ideas, your thoughts, and your upcoming events in your community at info@ifyoudidn't.net. We'll be right back.
Baby. Oh, that one ain't had sound.
It didn't.
Oops. No, but they can look at that. Okay, maybe I just run this commercial.
Access to resources throughout the DMV by Bridging the Gaps with your girl, the Chill Side, and Key the host. Make sure you connect with us.
We need you.
If you didn't know, we need you to volunteer. We need volunteers to help those in need throughout the community. It takes a village, and we are it.
I will
Please
say
connect. Afternoon access and enrichment zone available for ages 6 through 12, Monday through Friday through DPR. Make sure you visit the website dpr.gov. We are bridging the gaps through monthly food distribution. 2 families a month will be sponsored. Registration starts the 1st through the 30th.
Oh, man.
Community outreach goes both ways. If you would like us to participate in your event or would like us to participate in your event, make sure you reach out at info@ifyoudidn'tknow.net. Quarterly give back drives are here. We need your gently used items, canned and boxed goods. Make sure you reach out to us for additional details. Sponsorships and sponsors. If you would like to sponsor us or are in need of a sponsor, make sure you reach out to us at info@ifyoudidn'tknow.net. That's info@ifyoudidn'tknow.net. Read the Feed is here. It is our version of the Book It program. We want to encourage the young ones to continue to read. Open up those books. So if you have a young one that you want to register, please do so at ifyoudidn'tknow.net. Internships are not just during the summer. If you would like to become an intern with If You Didn't Know, please reach out to us and we will get you all of the details you need at info@ifyoudidn'tknow.net. Scans via Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, or our website. If You Didn't Know is Bridging the Gaps. Make sure you stay connected at info@ifyoudidn'tknow.net.
But we ain't saying nothing about nobody.
Sure. Oh, that was 7:35, so I must have
Yeah, that was you.
Yeah, I'm glad we don't talk about people.
It'll be a mess.
Girl. Listen, hold on, let me pull this up real quick.
No, they did. Good looking out. Whoever said that.
Sorry.
Good looking out.
Oh man. What was I looking for? www.
Oh, so when you bring up the Grammys, no, I'm gonna surprise you. I want to see what your face gonna do when you bring up them awards. I'm gonna say it just to see what your face do. How you keep on shocking my ass online. We going until 11 p.m. Fraggle Rock. You're cute.
She woke up like this. Okay. Oh, okay, we're ready.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. So we have about a few 6 minutes, or what have you. Yeah, before
6 minutes, I give it sure.
Chill side on. So I wanted to let you all know that this year I have been invited to host the DMV's Music and Movie Awards. Y'all, I'm so excited. This is like the Grammys of the DMV. I don't know about some of you all who have had the opportunity to showcase your stardom or be nominated. I don't mean like some of the multi-award ceremonies that we have through different platforms, but I'm talking about this is the B&K Mama Awards, Music and Movie Awards, y'all. This year is going to be held at the Rhode Island Avenue Theater, right in the shopping center where the old Fulman Mills used to be. The Music and Movie Awards are for independent audiences and artists in the metropolitan DC area. So just to give you a little bit of background on it, it was established in 2016. And the concept of Music and Movie Awards is to tap into the wealth of the musical talent and independent filmmakers in the Washington, D.C. area that has limited exposure and reward them for their hard work. The Music and Movie Awards also offers a unique opportunity to be presented with awards from multiple categories. They have podcasts, you all. They have barbershops. They have stylists. They have singers. They have soundtrack engineers. They have so many different categories. I would love for you all to come there. We will post a link there. So I'll be your host for the red carpet. This is a black tie event. Please leave them sneakers, and unless you have the right sneaker, a McQueen or something like that, don't come in here with nothing crazy on. Keep it sexy.
Dress the part.
If you know the part, dress it. There you go.
And speaking of which, first, let me congratulate you on being asked to be the host, of the Mamba Awards. And I was on Facebook earlier and I saw that our previous podcast, our previous show, Party Mode, was nominated as well as a podcast and as one of DC's podcast hosts and so forth. So they are one of the individuals.
We actually paved the way, didn't we?
They were nominated.
We paved the way. Oh, wow.
They were nominated. So shout out to Party Mode.
The party before the party, baby.
June,
Check us out back in the day. Oh man!
And the two new guests. I have checked out some of their shows, and they are really good. Actually, two new additions.
After you and I had the opportunity to once we branched from Party Mode and we went into independent podcasting, I had the opportunity to revisit back with Party Mode, and where I shared the screen.
Did you? I didn't know that.
A lot of people didn't. Okay. So but I did go back. I shared the screen with Songbird Camise and also DJ 103E, which is Ennis. He throws a lot of the Rock the Block parties. So we had an opportunity to hold the pandemic down, and then I transitioned again, and then here I am with you.
Well, you're gonna be with that. But yes, I'm so. This is just our humor, you guys. But congratulations for Party Mode being nominated, because that's what all started. Because the Chill Side actually got her name from Party Mode.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, B-Man, Don B-Man actually gave me that name because again, I was there for just behind the scenes. Not to be on the mic or anything.
Shout out to B-Man. Ringling Brothers is hiring. No, I'm joking. I ain't gonna say the B word.
Congratulations. We'll make sure that we get our votes in, y'all.
Absolutely. So actually the voting has closed November 1st. It had closed for November 1st. Yep. So all the votes had to be in by November 1st. And they have already selected and pre-selected their award.
I didn't see theirs until
I know
today,
that. Unfortunately, I was wondering why they didn't stream a commercial for this or do anything that was more social media, make everyone in the community aware, because there may be some people in your backyard that you may want to nominate. But anyway, we have about 2 minutes and we wanted to share with you all what was happening in the community. So go to Eventbrite and visit B&K Music and Movie Awards. The tickets are $20 for all of you all who would like to sit in the audience to watch your favorite talented folks get their awards, receive their flowers while they're here. I will be sitting in VIP.
As well as I.
Oh, baby. plus one and then one. You know, that's just
And then there's her.
yeah. You know what I'm saying?
So as always,
nope, not as always. Take the clock back. Take it back. Okay, rewind. There we
All
go. First and third Thursday.
yes,
We are going to start bringing you some more content for the adults.
It's gonna
Okay.
be something
So
special.
second and fourth will keep you abreast with things that are happening in your community and your resources. And first and third, we're gonna keep it growing and sexy. It's gonna be pageants and pimping. Okay.
Woo.
We want to get some things happening here.
Y'all ain't
We want to
ready.
spice
Y'all
it up
ain't
a
ready.
little bit. I think they'll be getting ready.
Wow.
So first and third, we want to keep it more community-based,
Yes.
things that you may need in your household or in your community. And let me tell you something. First and third, we'll give you things
It's
that
gonna
you
be
make
lit.
for your bedroom, for your ears, makeup, all types of other things that we have going on, fashion tips, aesthetics, things of that
Yes.
sort. We're gonna get into some things.
It's,
All right.
it's gonna be some things. And shout out to No Subliminals. That's the new podcast that will be coming out right after Thanksgiving.
Is that Killer Cow?
No, Killer Cow is the theme.
Yeah.
But no, that is our very own Simon Says. He will be hosting his
Oh.
podcast, No Subliminals. So shout out to him. We do support you. And also, we want to give a shout out to all of our sponsors.
All of our sponsors.
Yes.
Want to shout out keep Put It In Your Mouth Records, which I cannot make this up. Put It In Your Mouth Records. The famous Akinelli is one of our proud sponsors. We like to thank Donnell Jackson, his co-affiliation. We like to thank what is the name of the club? King of Diamonds. We want to thank King of Diamonds. I hate to say it like this, y'all. We got endorsements.
It'll be different on this side when I start saying the other side. But go ahead, King of Diamonds.
Listen,
keep it in your mouth.
No, it's Put It In Your Mouth.
Put It In Your
Mouth Records. That's Akinelli.
Akinelli.
Okay, so look, first and third, we're going to tap into a lot of these things that we have here.
Yes.
Thank you for all who donated for the if you didn't know Angel Tree, also for the if you didn't know Read to Feed, and also for the food share basket program. So we want to thank everybody and thank you so much. Don't forget to
and we still got to do the rest of the sponsors. So shout out to I_10. Shout out to C Shot It, Graphics Overload. Of course, we want to reiterate. Keep It Clean and Designs by Shantae. We are going to do a prayer because we will be closing out every show on the 2nd and 4th Thursday. We will close in prayer. So I'm going to ask you guys to take a moment to say, just to hear a prayer. God, I ask you to watch over all of our viewers and to watch over us, to guide us to and from where we're going safely and unharmed. Allow our enemies, Jesus, Lord God, to be invisible to us and us, to be blinded to us and us invisible to them. In the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, Jesus, oh God, we ask you for your full covering and protection. Key, do you have a word?
I do have a word. The word of the day is we are thriving for better, but where much is required, much will be expected from you. So if you require a lot, we need you to challenge yourself to do more and invest more into your community. All right.
That's our show today. If you didn't know, I think we did good.
We did good.
We did. We're gonna let that run for a minute, and then we're gonna say